Hello, I'm Russell. I want to thank you for clicking on my video. Of all the things you could be doing on the internet right now, you've clicked on this video here. I'm grateful. I'm very thankful. So on this channel, what I like to do is I like to focus on the 4 pillars of pretentiousness, yeah? Number 1, spirituality. Ooh, definitely number 1 there. Can't get much more pretentious than spirituality. Number 1, spirituality. Number 2, self-care. Number 3, well-being. And number 4, self-improvement. So if you've seen any of my videos, or if you haven't, you should check out my playlist. There's some fantastic content out there. But it's basically me just talking about me. It's me talking about nothing. I got hours and hours and hours of me just talking, just asking questions to no one. And it seems to help people. So I'm gonna keep doing it. So where we stand now in the world, in this crazy, mad world that you couldn't even have thought of 20 years ago, where we are now is the old ways of thinking are dead. Yeah? That's right, I said it. Capitalism is dead. By the way, you can buy me book in the link in the description. There's also links to me podcast. There's also links to me Instagram, to me Twitter. Okay, so go there, buy me stuff, listen to me content. Yeah, capitalism is dead. Communism is dead. Religion is dead, bruv. I'm sorry. Religion is dead. Even though all those 4 things I mentioned earlier, spirituality, self-care, well-being, self-improvement, even though humans from the beginning, the dawn of time, have been taking care of those 4 things through religion, the old ways of thinking are dead, mate. Religion's for geezers. Do I look like me gran? Oh, actually I do look like me gran. But I ain't no geezer, okay? So instead, I look down on religion, and instead, I post videos of me talking. I post videos of me talking to nobody. It's going great. I mean, it's making me mental, but it's also making me money. So, on Mondays, I upload videos of me talking to no one about spirituality. On Tuesdays, I post videos of me talking to no one about self-improvement. On Wednesdays, I post videos of me talking to no one about self-care, well-being, stuff like that. On Thursdays, I switch it up and I post videos of me talking to another person. And Friday, I get a little political. I know, everything's so political now, but on Friday, I get a little political. And I post videos of me talking to no one about politics. So if that sounds good to you, why don't you like, subscribe, hit the ring bell, the notification bell, and I want you to comment, because I read all the comments. And you can imagine the criticism that opens up for me. But I would rather suffer 10,000 cuts. I would rather be like Saint Sebastian, standing next to Patroclus on the dais of the Roman theater, while the Goth army is attacking, blotting out the suns with their arrows. I would rather stand on the dais of the theater and get hit 10,000 times than to miss that one constructive criticism comment that will help me improve myself. Because that's what it's all about, yeah? That's what this channel is all about. It's all about self-improvement. Also, this channel, I'm English, yeah? So this channel is also about saying 48 words when 6 words will do, right? That's what I like to do. I'm English. I'd like to quadruple the word count. Yeah? I would like to invite you to join me. Join me in the journey of raising our consciousness together. Because in these trying times, when the old world is dead, the old world is dying, and here we are, trying to break free of the chains of capitalism. By the way, there's a link in the description. You can buy me book. It has links to my podcasts. It has links to all my socials. You can follow me there. Trying to break free of the chains of capitalism. Would you like to join me on this journey? And finally, I would like to ask you, right now, I would like to connect spirits with you. Would you like to connect spirits with me? Thank you. This puppet, it might look simple at first, but it's pretty complex with the arms. If you see the arms, it's not the regular, like, you know how character animator, the arms are always like straight out, and then you move them like this, and these arms are, you can see they're like coming forward at the camera. So that was the toughest part about this puppet, but I think it's a good thing to know. It's sort of an alternative to the arm IK movements, or whatever you want to call it, like the typical character animator arms. So yeah, other than that, like, the body stays still the whole time. You got the head, you got the blink. I don't know why he's got like lizard eyes. I don't know why. I started making it weird. I started with his mouth, and then it just got weirder, and he became a lizard. But alright, we're gonna go into Photoshop. I want to show you how I layered the body and the arms. We have the name tag. That's that Russell Brand name tag that kind of scoots in the beginning. These are the shapes. These are the circle. You see them. They animate in the beginning. I animated both of those with triggers. But what I want to show you is the arms, because that was what took the most time on this puppet. So let's get his head out of there. Yeah, so we have the left arm group, which is his whole arm. But there's also, this sleeve. Because the layering, like, I couldn't have, since these arms are all in one group, if I put it behind the body, then when this hand moved like to his chest, it would be behind the body. So to fix that, I just made this little cover, this little sleeve. So when his hands do come together in front of his body, that they're actually layered correctly. So forearms in the front. The hands are attached to the forearms. All the hands are in there. And so we got the forearm up front, and behind that we have the sleeve, and then behind that is the actual arm. And it's the same on the right one. Another thing I wanted to show you was in the video, he puts his hands together when he's philosophizing. He puts his hands together, and what I did for that was, so I have a group that's no hands. So I would move the forearm into the middle to connect right there to his hand, and then I would click the no hand trigger, and Yeah, the hands would go away and they'd come together, and he'd have his hands in the middle. So that's a little, I don't know, I guess a little workaround. That's how I did that. Mouth shapes. So this is the neutral right here. Let's zoom in. Right there. That's the beautiful neutral right there. This is S. I don't think that has one. Yeah, that's just, there's no cycle layers on that. On this there is. So I think there's 3 frames. So if we do it in order, and it goes to that, gets smaller, and then finally, he's got his little ooh mouth. All right, and then A. No, just that one frame. The M mouth shape, yeah, so this is a cycle layer, so that's frame 1. That's frame 2. W, does it have one? Yeah, so it's the beginning 2 frames of this one. For W, R, he's got 2 frames. Just kind of opens and then opens wide. No, just that one. L, no, just that one. F, he's got, it's 2 frames. And it just brings the bottom lip up a little bit, and then bites it. And D, no, that's it. That. And I found that 3 frames is almost, it's pushing it. Because you do 1, 2, 3 to get the mouth out. And then you do 1, 2, 3 on the way back too. So it's like 6 frames to get this mouth shape out. And I find like that was almost too much. I think two frames is good. 3 is pushing it. And I found that these settings down here were the best to basically to stop immediately. You got to hold on the last layer and stop immediately, because otherwise if you don't stop immediately, like sometimes the visemes only come up for a frame or 2, and if, for example, that 6 frame one, this mouth shape right here, it takes 6 frames to go out and come back. So if you let it run, you've missed the next 2, maybe 3 visemes, and it looks weird. So if you're going to do cycle layers, this is my first time doing it, but I think 2 frames and stop immediately is the best way to go about it. Let me show you the arms. So the arms are difficult. I learned from this OK Samurai video with all the tips. One of the, like, I had been looking for how to do this and I didn't know how to do it. And then one of the tips in this video told me exactly how to do it, and it works great. So what we do is let's mess with his left hand, or left arms. All right, so how I did it was, all right, here we got his left arm. Let's keyframe the position. Let's put a new one right there. X position, Y position, scale, nah, whatever, we don't need scale. Rotation. All right, And then we're going to do the same for the forearm. Forget scale. Do rotation. And hands, we'll do rotation. Alright, so we have them all at rest right now. So if I want to make a movement, I'll move it ahead like, I don't know, a second. And then I'll move it. Left arm, let's get the rotation. Where are we at? Alright. You can see what my little sleeve cover does and what it doesn't do. So that's why it's there. Let's move. We need the position Y to go up a little bit. Alright. And then the forearm. Got to change its position. Position Y. I'll probably make a full-on tutorial of this because there's a lot to it. Okay. And then let's say he wants to give it a little rotate. And he wants to... There you go. He's presenting something. So, we have it. Let's see how it looks. It's really slow. So, we would go in here, mess with the timing, make it a little quicker. Alright, that's not bad. And then, oh, by the way, these keyframes are all easy eased, which means it's not robotic. So if you want more natural movement, you highlight your keyframes and you hit F9. Okay, so we have the keyframes, and then we right click and do create replay and trigger from keyframes. Ooh, my computer's struggling. Alright, so here we go, down here. 13 keyframes. Yeah, that's it. That's our movement. And you can see it over here. It created a trigger. So I have my blue. Blue is my arm motions, which, by the way, you can right click and change the color, which is beautiful. It's very helpful. I just learned that recently. Alright, we'll map that to 0, and then we're going to delete the keyframes. Alright, so he's back to normal, and then when I hit 0, oh, you know what I forgot to do the return. So you would have to you'd have to make his hand return, or else it's just going to snap back like that. But you get the idea. So you can change his hand too. Like if you, let's give him this weird hand, it still works. There, he's pointing to the sky. Yeah, so it's pretty good. It's it takes a while to get it correct, or to get it looking right, but I much prefer it than the typical character animator hands or arms where they're like, it's almost like flat, like full 2D. You can't do anything towards the screen at all. It has to all be flat. I don't like those. And that's about it. There's a lot of triggers, Oh, one. Okay, so he does a little. He licks his teeth. That's M right there. You gotta hold M for that. N shoots in his name tag, and I made that. That has a transform on it, so you just, the same way I just showed you with the arms, you do that with the name tag. The shapes, so you hit V. Oh, that's B makes them visible, and then V is for this little animation. Blue onto his arm movements. This is him kind of explaining. You could do this, or you could do that. Just a little quicker. Here, let's get his explaining. Yeah, I like those hands. All right. As he moves 3. Kind of moves his hands toward the screen. 4, he brings his hands together, and this is when you use this one. So Z is to bring up this hands together, and also to change the hands to no hands. So that's how that works. So you hit 4 to bring the hands together, and then 5 to pull them apart. But when you do it, you have to make sure you hit Z first. So 4 to bring them together, Z, and then we'll hit Z, and 5. This is 6. It's kind of like he's running almost. 7 is supposed to be him like screaming. I don't know if he was gonna scream to the camera. That's what he would do. 8. I don't remember what. This one I used it. I don't know. It doesn't look very good. I think it might kind of looks good with that one. Nah, not really. Or that one. Yeah, I don't know what that one's for. And then this is the one we just made. Next is a time lapse of how I made it, and I put it all together. It's going to be kind of long because this took a while. Thank you. If you like that video, I have more videos. And if you're watching this in the future, I'll probably have even more videos. More videos of me connecting with my audience, yeah? Because that's what a video is, isn't it? It's a connection. A video is a connection with your audience. Anytime you would like to connect with me, I would like to connect with you.